Thank you for the many blessings you've bestowed on our community, and we ask your continued protection upon our city staff and crews. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First order of business is the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Any discussion on any item? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next up is recognition of guests. Each guest will have 5 minutes to address council.
Kathleen.
Some of you know me. Thank you for letting me address you today. Some of you realize or understand that this month the state awarded me a Leadership in the Arts Awards. It's one of the state's arts awards. They give 6 of them. They give 3 in the group category and 3 in the individuals. And so I got one of the individuals for leadership in the arts, but it is all about West Plains. And so this poster is what they gave me. It's the frame version. It is the official Arts Awards poster that they have commissioned every year. We get a different one every year. They also commission what we call I guess that's the gift, the prize that we win. This is a glass sculpture, hand-blown glass, from an artist in Independence, Missouri. That poster, and I have a copy of it here to give the city, was done by, I think, an artist near St. Louis. And what's interesting about it is that it's a painting. So when you look at it, and it looks like it's all about 45 vinyls, it's really a painting that's been made into a poster. And my name is on it, and so is West Plains. One of the reasons that I wanted to do this here for you today in a formal way is because really it's all of us that should be receiving this award. When I came to West Plains 35 years ago, West Plains, the city of West Plains, was the first place that I came. It was learning experience for me, huge learning experience for me. And West Plains was my first learning ground. Everything was a teaching experience for me, learning experience, and then teaching it to somebody else. So I've always been an infrastructure person. And together with all of our partners here, putting together the WPCA, West Plains Council on the Arts and the Media Arts Center, was really an infrastructure project that helped other people do what they dreamed to do, whatever their own shared visions were. These were all projects that got us closer to being one of those kinds of cities where people could come to realize something that they maybe couldn't find anywhere else close by. The public access cable channel was the first, the public radio signal coming here to West Plains. They were both the first things. Public radio came from Springfield. It's the KSMU channel. We worked with the SMSU people to get that here. We broadcast it here. Our call numbers are 90.3 because we chose to have our own frequency, which allowed us to be listed in the list of frequencies right under Springfield, because all the other repeater stations come after that. So we get to come right after Springfield, and it says KSMU 90.3 West Plains. And that was a big deal to me, to everybody, because public radio reached huge numbers. They reach huge populations. For us to have West Plains front and center was a big deal for us, and was one of what we feel is our major accomplishments. The audio from that channel 90.3 is heard under our character generator, which broadcasts all kinds of it's a CG, it's 24-hour CG. So we can put bulletin board information, event information, anything that we are given to put up on the CG. We do, as long as we don't violate anybody's ordinance for obscenity. After the center was up and running, came us producing media. The annual United Way campaigns were always us. I probably asked many of you during those United Way campaigns to be on tape. We had to have them from all those years back, all of the archival tapes with Mayor Evans and, you know, people on those committees who helped always put us over our goals for United Way. The National Volleyball Championship Tournament bids. These were things, I mentioned these things because these were things that stood out to me as things that kind of moved us forward. We wanted those volleyball tournaments here. They bring us so much revenue, but they're competitive. So we needed to put together the best packages that we could. I was in the Civic Center and they asked me, because I had all this tape from the Grizzlies that I was taking and doing the Grizzly highlight tapes and all. So it was a natural fit for me to just help with those bid tapes. We still do those bids I don't know, what is it, every 4 years or something like that. We're bidding in the bid process for that. And I think that we're due to come into it this next year. I mean, the next, we're the next bid anyway, aren't we?
Hoping so. See.
Okay, so, we did the first tourism chamber for those tourism videos. We did tourism. They were so much fun because I knew nothing about the area either. And we created these tourism videos that we then played on the cable, which then went into the hotels. Every hotel had and played our tourism videos on their in-house systems. The hospital had them. Everybody had them. And so chamber was all over the place at that time with tourism. We also did industrial work for Marathon, Eaton, Armstrong, Mountain View Fab, and Perennial Energy. Now, we are not the reason why some of them are no longer here, but we
Kathleen.
keep hoping that we can still
Kathleen, 1 more minute.
contribute. Okay, so here we go. I want to say this was in our was in our programs. This was in the program on the 3 minutes that I had to give up there. I had to do this whole thing in 3 minutes.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah. So in West Plains, we're building teams, and this is the national state audience. We're building teams, the West Plains Council on the Arts, City of West Plains, and the university. We all work together to build beyond our milestones. Today, I bring you Gratitude from Home. More than a location, it's a place in the heart where connecting the dots and building beyond your dreams can give you a seat at your own table. Some people call this family, I call it home, a pursuit worthy of a lifetime. Thank you, and keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you, Kathleen. Congratulations on the award. Gosh, we met, about 32 years ago when I moved here. And now you got me involved in those early years doing a lot of off the wall stuff. Because sometimes I'm not shy. So appreciate, thank you.
Well deserved.
All right, on to ordinances. Bill 4764 to become ordinance 4764, second reading. An ordinance of the City of West Plains, Missouri to repeal and replace Chapter 46, Utilities, Article 5, Stormwater Management of the City Code.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that Bill 4764 become ordinance 4764 at this second reading.
I second.
Any update on this?
I don't think so. Emily's here. We haven't received any feedback. Just an update to our stormwater code after having our audit last year. They recommended some changes to make sure that we're current with state law. So you have this information before you.
That's good.
Happy to answer any questions.
All right. Note of this.
Bill 4764 to become ordinance 4764, second reading. Collins,
Yes.
Merle,
Yes.
Neese,
Yes.
Neeson,
Yes.
Topliff.
Yes.
Bill 4765 to become ordinance 4765, second reading. An ordinance of the city of West Plains, Missouri to amend or repeal the following 6 existing sections of the city code. Chapter 18, Courts, Article 2, Municipal Court, Section 18-29, Security for Court Costs, Section 18-36, Assessment of Costs, Section 18-39, Assessment for Spinal Cord Injury Fund, Section 18-41, Collection of additional costs for certain violations involving motorcycle or motor tricycle, Section 18-44, Appeals, subsection 18-45, Sheriff's Retirement Fund.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that Bill 4765 become ordinance 4765 at this second reading.
Second.
Just as a reminder, we needed to clean up some sections of this code pertaining to the audit that we received from the state court system last fall. So appreciate Charles. He's joining us remotely today, but he worked closely with our court staff, with Judge Hass, with our city prosecutor to make sure that we were in line with state law in terms of what we can and cannot charge for. So anything that was listed and under the repeal here was we had not been charging, but we just had not cleared some of that language off of our books. And so this is largely for that purpose. So we're available to answer any questions.
All right, Kelly.
Bill 4765 to become ordinance 4765, second reading. Collins.
Yes.
Merle.
Yes.
Neese.
Yes.
Neeson.
Yes.
Topliff.
Yes.
Bill 4766 to become ordinance 4766, first reading. An ordinance to annex a section of property owned by Justin Huddleston and Kelsey Razor Huddleston into the city limits of West Plains.
I make a motion for Bill 4766 to become ordinance 4766, first reading.
I'll second.
Good evening, council. This is to fulfill the rural service agreement that was entered into by the Huddlestons when they built the Razor Chiropractic Center there at Bill Verdon. Because we annexed the intersection of Business 63 and US Highway 63, they became contiguous. And so to meet the requirements of that agreement, they are now wanting to annex into the city.
Fantastic. Any other questions?
Is the infrastructure already in place?
Yeah, the building's complete. Everything's done and they've been
Water and
operating.
sewers in?
Yep.
Okay.
Sir.
No more further questions, Kelly.
Bill 4766 to become ordinance 4766, first reading. Collins.
Yes.
Merle.
Yes.
Neese.
Yes.
Neeson.
Yes.
Topliff.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
On to resolutions. Resolution 2024-02, a resolution of the city of West Plains, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with the Howell County Health Department for environmental public health services.
Mr. Mayor, make a motion that resolution 2024-2 be approved.
I'll second.
Thank you. Annual agreement that we have with the Howell County Health Department to provide the services is listed in the attachment that they have. Basically, they handle inspections at all of our restaurants. They do a lot of work for us. So county handles it and we reimburse them a portion of that cost every year. So.
All right, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right,
All right, on to city administrator report. Sam?
Thank you, Kelly. Good evening, Mayor, council members. Just a few items for you. Library is going to have a book fair this Thursday and Friday during regular operating hours. It's the Scholastic Book Fair that I remember as a kid. And you go and get your pencils and erasers and maybe a book or two along the way. We'll have that at the library. And then on Friday night, we're actually staying open until 7 p.m. for a sort of a family night. So we encourage everybody to attend the library, get your books and have some fun. this weekend events at the Civic Center. Actually coming up on Wednesday, we have our final home Grizzlies basketball game at 7 o'clock against Three Rivers. So we invite residents to come out and attend that. The second run of Alice in Wonderland kicks off this week. First run was pretty successful. I heard good things. So if you're looking for some entertainment this weekend, you can check out the Alice in Wonderland show. That'll be on Thursday with final performance on Sunday. American Red Cross will be in the building on Friday taking blood donations. So if you're eligible and able and willing, we encourage you to sign up with the Red Cross to donate some blood for area hospitals. And finally, Brewfest will be held this Saturday at 5:30, starting in Saturday. Tickets are $30 in advance and $40 at the door. Actually, I think we have some flyers at the dais here, but information's available online for folks who want to join. But lots of good vendors coming, lots of good restaurants. So encourage everybody to come out and have a good time. Lots going on in West Plains. Hopefully the weather holds out and stays cooperative and nice for us this weekend.
Sounds good.
Happy to answer any questions about anything if you have any.
I've got a question, Sam.
Yes, sir.
Who do we need to see at the library or at city if a group wants to use the library for recurring informal gatherings?
They could just call the main number. Greg Carter would be available to answer that question if
Library.
if somebody else can't. So yeah.
And he would have a fee structure if there's any fees involved?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, Todd.
We do have fees for nonprofit, profit, so it questions that if they're for profit or nonprofit. Or if there is no fee.
If it's just a group that's not organized either way, they just want to meet to visit and.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then we do get space. They want a more formal, like. Part for that.
Okay, so just see Greg on that?
Yeah, just have them over it.
Okay.
They'll want to know what size of party.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Well, I wanted to congratulate Kelly, our interim city clerk. Very good job. We kind of mixed up the format a little bit since new here, so we'll see how this progresses, but
If you don't like it, we can change it.
so far so good. So it's,
She got a 6-month internship, is that how that works?
Depends on how long you guys.
Yeah.
Or one meeting internship? Yeah.
well, no further business. May God bless, and we are adjourned.